I'm going to give you a detailed tour of our kitchen garden, which is behind our garage. So we have a kitchen garden that has 4 raised beds, and we also have a pumpkin patch that grows around the entire kitchen garden. We have some cattle panel trellises. Last year we did really well at growing squashes and pumpkins on those trellises. It was so lovely. We had some zucchinianos and some pie pumpkins and some spaghetti squash, and they just took over. This year, we only have those 3 and that one left. We've had quite a fight with animals coming and eating our plants once they get a certain height. I do see, I say that, and now I see there's one back here in the very back that has survived. Right there in the middle. And then we put one of our fake owls out to kind of help with the critters. Not quite sure if that's working. But these are the pumpkin plants that have survived. So we're hopeful that maybe we'll get some fruit on them. I don't see any flowers. These are the Long Island cheese pumpkins. We do also battle the bindweed, which can be kind of charming in its own way as it climbs up the cattle panels. You can see it over there on the other side. But it's also a pain when it gets into your beds and you have a hard time trying to keep things alive because it likes to just crawl over everything. In the front of the kitchen garden we had put some annuals and some perennials. I believe there's some different kinds of pea balm and salvia, and the bindweed has really taken over, and this is what it does when you're not out here paying attention. So that salvia is completely covered, and hopefully we can salvage it. If not, we'll have to replace it next year. This is the entrance to our kitchen garden. And so this was our garlic bed we just harvested a couple weeks ago. So I plugged in some tomato plants. They were actually tomatoes that I took from the suckers of the big plants in the big garden. Not quite sure what they are, but we'll see if we get fruit in time. But I put them in the house and rooted them in water, and now they've gotten pretty big, so they're out here. We have a raspberry bush there, and we have a small one in the middle, and then we have one here. So the idea is that we'll grow those along the whole back end of the fence. And then this was our lettuce bed. We didn't really harvest much, and we have some carrots back there that are doing okay. Because we didn't think they were coming up, and then, of course, we start watering better, which has always seemed to be my problem. Hopefully next year. We've got the sprinkler systems this year, so we're hoping to water better. All these things started springing up, the lettuces, so we're going to give the ones that have bolted to the chickens, but some of these are still pretty good. They haven't turned bitter quite yet. And then we have a random chive growing there. And then over here is some string beans, whole beans, and that are doing okay. They're finally starting to climb. And then we have some little baby onions back there that are struggling. And then over here is our potato bed that we're about to dig up this week. All the plants have died off. It's our first time growing actual potatoes. And this little section right here, and then here is some sweet potatoes that we'll wait and see how we do harvesting those. And then at the end we have a little brick half circle area, so that has oregano and that one, and then we have thyme here. And then the idea is to grow some more herbs next year in this area so that we could have more of a kitchen style garden where we can come out and have another place for herbs and get some of these small little things that we can use quickly in the kitchen if we don't want to go all the way to the main garden. And last year we had different kinds of cherry tomatoes in these little boxes, but this year we didn't get those out, so we'll just see how things go with the herbs. So that is our kitchen garden, and it's right behind our garage that really needs touched up. Hopefully next year we can paint that and add some flower boxes under the windows and make it look quite charming. My my dream would be to add 2 big windows, because that is going to be part of my home business. And so being able to look into the business and being able to look out onto the garden, I think would just add a lot of character and also some more natural light. And then right across from the kitchen garden is one of our new little chicken runs. So we have tiny little babies in here that are about 3 months old. And we have all sorts of different breeds that we bought this spring. This is our second chicken flock. We have a bigger chicken flock on the other side of the property. But this is where our little babies are. And just enjoying their best life in here, all closed up. Well, hopefully it's as predator-proof as we can get it right now. And they'll start laying maybe in a couple months. Be able to get some really good eggs. We also got some owls for the chicken run, one on this side and one on the other side, to help with predators as well. So thank you so much for coming along with me as I show you our kitchen garden. This year I feel like is the year of whatever little bounty we get. We just need to be grateful and content. I haven't been able to spend as much time out here as I would have liked. We were finishing up some summer projects and working through some other events that we had going on as a family. But, you know, the garden will always be there. Seeds can grow. Next year, plants can be rebought if need be. But family is not always there. So, thank you again, and I will see you later.